Companies spend thousands on keyword research tools while ignoring the goldmine of content ideas sitting in their support tickets and sales conversations. We're obsessed with SEO volume while missing the questions our actual customers are asking. Today, I'll show you how to mine your customer interactions for content that actually converts. My name is Jasper, I'm a certified HubSpot consultant, and welcome back to 5 Minute Friday. First of all, let's talk about the limitations of traditional keyword research. Everyone often targets the same high-volume keywords, making it incredibly difficult to rank on these keywords, also making that the investment is ever increasing to rank for these keywords as well. Also, generic content doesn't really address the specific pain points that your customers are having. Keywords tell you search terms, not the underlying problems. So the key point here really is keyword tools show you what everyone is searching, which can be valuable at times, but they're not showing you what your customers need. This brings me to the second part, which is why support and sales questions are gold. The first thing, and this is also the main point, is because these are real problems that your actual prospects and customers are facing. These are insights that your competitors often do not have, and they're highly relevant for your business. Questions indicating gaps in your current content and messaging are also highly valuable to make the right content, create the right content to get your leads to customers. Any common questions that sales is getting, and maybe even your support is getting, are often also common objections in the sales process. And last but not least, any of these questions contain the actual language that your customers are using, not any marketing speak. If you are able to answer these questions directly, this will impact your conversion rates. So the key point here is that these questions aren't just content ideas, they're conversion barriers that you need to address. So now we know where the gold is. How do we mine this gold mine? You want to set up a simple system to collect all of these questions. For example, a weekly export of your support tickets categorized by topic. You might want to review any sales call recordings, create a way in HubSpot to tag any common inquiries, and you might also want to set up some regular meetings with your sales and service teams to collect any recurring themes that they might see. Then you want to look for any patterns and also the frequency in which that these questions come up, and then you want to prioritize based on the sales impact as well. So this really means you want to create a systematic approach, not a one-time content brainstorm. You want something that you can get back to on a weekly, bi-weekly, or a monthly basis. And then the last step, of course, is we have all of these ideas, we are mining our gold mine. Now, how do we turn all of these questions in high converting content? Very good question. First of all, we want to create a framework for question-based content. You want the direct question as a headline for your content. So for example, if you're creating a YouTube video, the direct question is probably a perfect title for your YouTube video. Then you want to have a comprehensive answer up front, and then you'll provide any supporting details and context. After that, you get to the clear next steps, and that's your content. Doesn't have to be much more than that. Then there's a couple of formats that work. So I just mentioned a video on YouTube, for example, but you can also have FAQ pages on your website that are organized by topic. You can have detailed blog posts addressing any specific questions that people have. And you also might create some case studies that really focus on a certain question that you see coming up over and over again. The two main drivers for organic traffic to your content will be your blog posts or your FAQ pages and your YouTube videos, because YouTube, after all, is the second biggest search engine in the world. You will see that these two are most often the biggest drivers for organic traffic. Now you might ask, what about social media channels? Social media might be a little bit more difficult to get going, which is why I usually see it as more of like a second stage thing. And then when we get to the distribution strategy, As I said, your blog posts and your YouTube videos will often get traffic by themselves if you create them well. But then you also want to proactively share this content with any prospects and even customers, so that sales is able to address these questions before they even come up. If we know a certain question, a certain common objection is there, it might be really valuable to share this in one of your first conversations with a prospect or one of the first emails that you send to a prospect. The key point really is that your content serves a double duty. First of all, it brings in new contacts, new leads to your business through these channels. But second, it also serves as sales enablement, moving the sales process forward. And I want to leave you with a challenge here. Talk to your support team and identify the top 5 questions that they answer repeatedly. Then create content addressing just one of these questions next week. Share in the comments what customer question keeps coming up that you should address in your content. Or if you need any inspiration from me or any of the viewers here, you can also drop it in the comments and you will get some feedback from other people as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye.